Hi, I'm Kelly Rogers.
And I'm Kassidy Jones.
And we're here to introduce you to our company, Ecoplast Solutions.
All right, so to start things off, we've brought a couple props with us here today. So behind us we have 192 plastic water bottles.
And here, we also have 192 plastic water bottles.
Okay, so now that we've got you thinking, let us tell you a little bit more about who we are and what we do.
So Ecoplast Solutions is a manufacturer of affordable, efficient, composite building structures made from recycled plastic water bottles. Our buildings are manufactured with 100% PET, polyethylene terephthalate, foam manufactured completely using recycled plastic beverage containers. We're an Alberta startup company. We've been in operation for just over a year, and in that time, we have already used over 2.7 million plastic bottles.
Okay, so what's the problem? What are we trying to solve here at Ecoplast? Well, currently the world is experiencing a plastic crisis.
So every second, more than 16,000 plastic bottles are sold worldwide. Only 50% of those are collected for recycling, and only 7% of those are used to make new PET bottles.
Canadians consume on average 2 billion plastic water bottles every single year. Nearly 90% of those end up incinerated in our parks, landfills, and oceans.
So we have a solution.
So it's actually quite simple. What we do is we take waste and we divert it from entering our landfills. We then utilize that waste and we repurpose it into something that gives us a long-lasting value that's functional, such as a house.
So with our recycled PET, it uses 37% less CO2 in production than virgin PET, 50% less CO2 than expanded polystyrene, and 53% less CO2 than rigid polyurethane, comparable building materials.
So to put things into perspective, a standard 1,200 square foot Ecoplast home upcycles on average 600,000 plastic bottles. If all PET plastics production was halted tomorrow, we would still have enough plastic above ground to make 3,500 houses a year for 40 years. So our competitive difference, what gives Ecoplast its cutting edge? There are a lot of building companies out there, so what sets us apart? Well, number one, obviously we use 100% recycled material. As Kelly just mentioned, we do have unparalleled assembly time with our first home erected in just 14 hours. And arguably the most important would be the mechanical properties of our foam.
So some of those superior mechanical properties, just to list a few, include an extremely high strength to weight ratio. Our 8-foot 6-inch panel withstood a wind tunnel test at 326 miles per hour, which is equivalent to a Category 5 hurricane.
We also have outstanding fatigue, so our foams are water resistant, mold and mildew resistant, and they do not rot.
And high thermal resistance. So our foam is R5 per inch. Our 6-inch panels for housing is an R30, and it is a continuous R30, effective R30 with zero thermal bridging and no thermal breaks whatsoever.
Our foams also endure a 72-hour post-curing phase, which means there is no further off-gassing.
And there are fire retardant options available.
All right, so our target market?
So residential market, including affordable housing, multi-unit developments, and First Nations housing. As well on the commercial side, municipal projects and utility and service buildings.
So what is our approach to that market? Well, currently Canada is experiencing a housing shortage. Our product could potentially provide a cost-effective solution to that product. Market trends have shown that there is a very high demand in green building and alternative building methods currently. So essentially what we'd like to do here at Ecoplast is take that make, take, dispose society and turn it into a more circular one, ultimately paving the path to a net zero economy.
So we are building a greener future. We are ready to act now. Not only can we bring this technology to Calgary, to Alberta, but Western Canada. And we are committed to being a leader in green building construction. And in the next year, we plan on building 5 to 10 houses and 1 to 2 multi-unit developments.
Okay, so to conclude our pitch, we've got a couple questions to ask you. First off, is there a plastic pollution problem?
Should we be upcycling our plastic waste?
Is reliable and cost-effective housing important?
And does quick and convenient building matter?
If you can answer yes to just one of those,
we have the solution.
thank you.
Thank you.